Have you ever felt that you're just not good enough to create the comic you're working on? Maybe you've had that nagging voice in your head saying, why bother? Your work isn't good enough yet. If so, you're not alone. This feeling of doubt is something that every artist has faced at some point, and often it's linked to the pressure we put on ourselves. In this video, I'm going to show you how to shift your mindset around pressure so that you can use it as a tool for growth rather than letting it hold you back. Because at the core of self-doubt is bad pressure. The kind of pressure that stops us from moving forwards with our comics. I've talked to a lot of comic creators through our Discord community and through one-to-ones, and we all share this common struggle. We put way too much pressure on ourselves to create perfect comics. But there's a better way to approach this. I'll walk you through bad pressure and good pressure and show you how to handle both to keep your momentum going. Let's start with bad pressure. This is the pressure that comes from the negative side of your mind. The voice that tells you that you're not good enough and compares your work to other artists. It's the inner voice that says, why can't you draw like that? Or your work is never going to be good enough. This is the kind of pressure that creates self-doubt. It convinces you that your art will never measure up. And often it goes beyond just criticizing your work. It also creates fear about how others will perceive you. That voice starts saying things like, people will think I'm a fraud. They'll see all my mistakes. I'm not ready to publish yet. And it's not just a thought, it's a feeling. And feelings can be tricky to combat. But here's the key. Bad pressure comes from focusing on things that you cannot control. You can't control what other people think of your work, how much time you have to work on your comic, or the skill level that you currently have. But here's the good news. You can control how you respond to that kind of pressure. And when that negative voice creeps in, ask yourself whether that is something that you can control right now. And if you're ever feeling stuck or unsure of what's causing that negative pressure, I've put together a free list of 10 things that you can't control. It's a quick reference to help you shift your focus away from things that you can't control with some suggestions of what to do for each. You can download it in the description below. Now, let's talk about good pressure. This is the kind of pressure that pushes you to grow without overwhelming you. It's kind of a focus pressure that helps you make progress by working with your current skill set, not against it. For example, I challenge myself to complete the line work for 3 pages of my comic every week. The goal is never perfection, it's to get the work done to a level that I'm capable of right now. I set a realistic standard for myself. No, my pages won't be perfect, but they'll be finished. And that's the most important part. Good pressure is about setting achievable goals that move you forward, not about getting bogged down by perfectionism or comparing your work with other artists. It's about finishing the task and moving on to the next one rather than reworking the same pages over and over again. This kind of pressure helps you stay focused. It prevents distraction and it keeps you from getting stuck in your own head. So when you decide on an idea for your page, you follow through with it rather than second guessing yourself. You accept that it might not be perfect, but you're moving forwards. The best part is that good pressure helps you stay consistent and builds up momentum over time. As long as you're sticking to your realistic standard of quality, you're always improving and moving forwards, which means you're going to complete your comic better and faster. But you have to know what your standard is for this to work. What level of quality is acceptable to you right now? The last thing you want is to become complacent or just rush through your comic to get to the end as quickly as possible. So set a standard that is both challenging and achievable. And this requires a mindset shift. Once you figure out where you stand from half-assing it to expecting too much, you'll be in a better position to apply positive pressure to yourself. You'll push yourself forwards, but in a way that feels healthy and manageable. So let's say that you're working on backgrounds and you're trying to get it to a standard that you can't quite manage yet based on your current skill set. Set a standard that says, for this comic, I'll just focus on simpler backgrounds that convey the setting without overcomplicating things. This way, you're not putting too much pressure on yourself to make every detail of every background flawless. Understanding your current capabilities and setting a clear standard is essential for utilizing positive pressure that fuels your progress without holding you back. One of the key things that really helped me when it came to overcoming self-doubt was separating my mindset between comic creation and art improvement. You need both to make progress, but they're applied in different ways. First, in your comic making mindset, focus on finishing the comic. Accept your current skill set and set achievable goals. Keep moving forward without worrying about perfection. No need to beat yourself up over every mistake or every flaw. Just complete the panels and move on to the next page. That's the pressure to keep you progressing. The second, in your art improvement mindset, The pressure is on raising your skill level. This is the time where you focus on improving your skills that will make your next comic better. Choose one area to focus on, like anatomy or perspective or color theory, and dedicate time to improve it. Now, a powerful combination is to work on these two mindsets simultaneously. You don't have to do one and then the other, you can do both at the same time. So to do this, before diving into your comic, spend 30 minutes practicing a skill. If anatomy is one of your weak areas, study one part of the body, like hands or feet. If perspective is a struggle, then practice doing 1 and 2 point perspective studies. This way, you're constantly improving, but you're also completing your comic at the same time. It's the perfect balance between growth and completion. Pressure doesn't have to be your enemy. It's how you handle it that makes the difference. Bad pressure holds you back, keeps you stuck in self-doubt, and paralyzes you with fear of failure. But good pressure helps you grow, finish your projects, and improve your skills. And although you may be very good at applying good pressure to yourself, it doesn't mean that you're not going to burn out. Even positive intentions can have negative consequences. And in this video, I'll show you how to fix burnout when you get there.